two bass coaches at both corners.
Apparently doesn't have enough to do. And Rabia.
Hi, I'm Rabia. I'm 18 years old and I'm a senior at Moon. I'm currently a member of the Creative Writers Club, our leadership organization, peer counseling, and I'm currently preparing to run the Pittsburgh Marathon for charity.
Best of luck to you. Good goal there. All right, take a look at your monitor now for your next round of questions, all for you. 20 points apiece, no penalties. So guess what, Harsha? We call it our database round. 20 points apiece. We start you off with this. Shrub gap. The letters in this anagram can be rearranged to name what former royal dynasty that ruled Austria and Austria-Hungary until 1918.
Habsburg.
The Habsburg dynasty, right. Cantankerous, insidious, erudite. A person who is very scholarly and learned can best be described by which of these adjectives?
Erudite.
Yes. Discourses on Davila. This is the rather formidable title of a book written by what man who served as the first vice president and second president of the United States?
John Adams.
Yes. A poet more than blank years old is simply an overgrown child. To complete this surprising quote from H.L. Mencken, insert what number here equal to 1 score plus 10?
30.
That's 30. Now, the Grapes of Wrath, East of Eden, of Mice and Men. John Steinbeck took which of these titles from a line in the Battle Hymn of the Republic?
The Grapes of Wrath.
You got it, and here's a quotation to end the round. I have wasted my hours. This totally unjustified bit of self-criticism comes from what Italian Renaissance artist whose many works included the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper?
Da Vinci.
You got it. Nice round from Moon Area High School. You are up to 250 points. In the number 2 position, Keystone Oaks High School is with us. Welcome to you. Tell us about yourself, John.
My name's John Vergi. I'm a senior. I play golf and tennis. I'm a member of NHS, and I'm the president of the robotics team.
Great. And Lauren?
I'm an 18-year-old senior. I'm involved in NHS, Student Senate, and Junior Senior Planning Committee, and I play fast pitch softball for the high school.
Great. And Phil?
I'm a senior. I'm the president of the Cooperative Satellite Learning Project, a member of the robotics team, and the captain of the science bowl team.
And you told me you're going overseas to study radio telescopes. That's phenomenal. Okay, take a look at your monitor now for your database questions. They're worth 20 points. Tone Dream. This phrase is an anagram for what two-word name shared by a Paris cathedral and an Indiana university?
Notre Dame.
Yes. Clandestine, euphoric, rejuvenated. If you held a secret meeting with someone, you could best describe that meeting with which of these words?
Clandestine.
Yes. A hee-hee. This is the polite way to say thank you in the Native American language spoken by what N-initialed Indian group, the largest in the United States?
Navajo.
Navajo is right, please. Shout it out so our judges are sure to hear you. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the blank tax. To complete this surprising quote from Albert Einstein, place in the blank space what type of tax authorized by the 16th Amendment?
Income.
Income tax is right. Now, serape, sari, sarong. On a trip to India, you would most appropriately purchase which of these articles of clothing that is worn by a majority of the women there?
Sorry.
Yes. And your last question, it's a quote, the most important art. This comment regarding the proper value of motion pictures was made by what Bolshevik leader who was the founder of the Soviet state?
Lenin.
Lenin is right. Keystone Oaks with a very strong round. You're up to 270 points. And in the number 3 position from Jimmy Stewart's hometown, Indiana, PA, Indiana Area High School is here. Dan, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Dan Wong. I'm a senior at Indiana Senior High School. I'm in Student Government Association. I play soccer, and I write for the school newspaper staff. And this fall, I'll be attending Columbia University in New York.
Very good. Best of luck to you there. And Meg.
My name's Meg. I'm a senior at Indiana High School as well. My extracurriculars include I'm president of the Green Generations Club. I've been studying piano for 13 years. And I'm in National Honor Society.
All very impressive. And Jeremy.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Duran. I'm a senior, and I swim varsity swim team. I'm on the varsity track team. I'm in volunteer club, Key Club, Christian Fellowship Club, marching band, and I've been playing piano for my whole life as well.
Very good. You guys ever jam together?
Yeah.
Well, you should. All right, take a look at your monitor for your database questions. These are worth 20 points apiece. Start you off with this phrase, go as a rat. By rearranging the letters in this ratty phrase, you can name what 1777 New York State battle that was considered the turning point of the American Revolution.
Saratoga.
Saratoga. And I know that's what you're going for. We'll accept that. Enthusiastically, accidentally, half-heartedly. If you do something inadvertently, you do it in which of these ways?
Accidentally.
That's it. F.C. Earle, George Irving. Back when all movies were silent films, these actors looked impressive in their portrayals of what same U.S. president, a backwoods general who became our 7th president.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson's the one, yes. There's no blank in poetry, but then there's no poetry in blank either. To complete this observation from Robert Graves, place in both blanks what same word, the love of which is said to be the root of all evil.
Money.
Money will do it. Now a choice. Castor and Pollux, Romulus and Remus, Lares and Penates. If you invited the Gemini twins to dinner, which of these mythical pairs would receive the invitation?
Castor and Pollux.
Those are the two, and here's your last question, Indiana, a quote. Without victory, there is no survival. This statement is associated with what British Prime Minister who helped lead his country to victory in World War II?
Churchill.
Winston Churchill is right. Indiana up to 230 points. All of our teams doing well, but we're just getting going. We'll take a break, come back, and do more. Giant Eagle Hometown IQ. Don't blow up.
Hey, I thought you were mowing.
I'll get the groceries.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm no problem. Yes. All in one trip.
Did you get the bags in the back seat?
I thought we were on a budget.
We are.
Get a lot without paying a lot.
Make every day taste better.
Jennifer Ankoviak, Ken Rice, counted on to bring you the most reliable look at the day's news at 5, and part of the most respected news team in Pittsburgh.
They excel not only in the classroom, but also on the field and in life. To nominate a student for the Extra Effort Award, stop by your local Subway restaurant for information, or send a letter to me, Bob Pompiani at KDKA-TV. Sponsored by Subway. Eat fresh.
Health news from health professionals. Dr. Maria Simbra and Dr. Paul Nemiroff, our area's only team of physicians covering medical news on television. KDKA-TV's health team. On KDKA-TV News Advantage, you only get here.
Hey, I thought you were mowing.
I'll get the groceries.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm no problem. Yes. All in one trip.
Did you get the bags in the back seat?
I thought we were on a budget.
We are.
Get a lot without paying a lot.
Make every day taste better.
Welcome back to Giant Eagle Hometown IQ. Let's take a look at our scores before we get into the next round. Moon Area High School has 250 points. That's good for second place at the moment. Keystone Oaks out in front with 270. Indiana right in there with 230. In this round, all the questions are going to have to do with pictures that pop up on your monitors. These are 10-point questions. Buzz in for a chance to answer. Don't forget, we'll take you up or down here. We call this the Hometown IQ Picks file. And we start off with this. Here, amidst the time-lapse photography of modern nighttime traffic, is the spot that was once the start of what ancient road extending from Rome to Brindisium. Nobody gonna risk that one? That's the Appian Way. Posed appropriately here with his navigation charts, this is what 18th century British explorer who discovered Hawaii. Keystone Oaks.
Cook.
Captain James Cook, right. This is James Baldwin, whose book title, Notes of a Native Son, indicated his indebtedness to what other African-American author who had written Native Son? Richard Wright. Take a look at this now, and what is the missing number in this Fibonacci-like sequence? Keystone Oaks.
5.
That's it. This now abandoned mine once produced quantities of what metal with atomic number 29 and symbol Keystone Oaks?
Copper.
And symbol Cu. Impressive, knowing that just by the number. Good job. Next, an example of what humorous five-line literary form, Moon.
Limerick.
A type of poem popularized by Edward Lear. Limerick is it. Looking like a giant insect, this mechanical picker is harvesting what crop, once called the king of the South? Moon.
Cotton.
Cotton is king, right. Now you see steam rising from the Mammoth Hot Springs, one of the many tourist attractions within what oldest U.S. national park, Indiana?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is right. Now a choice. These are not modern sculptures, but rather religious figures crafted by what ancient Italian civilization? Druid, Etruscan, or Sumerian? Indiana.
Etruscan.
Etruscan is right. Last question in the round. Hard at work here is what saint for whom the oldest city in Florida is named? Keystone Oaks.
Augustine.
St. Augustine is right. That's the end of the round, and Keystone Oaks is out in front. We'll take a break and come back with more Hometown IQ in a moment.
This week's judge from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette is Paula Smith, sports and fitness writer.
Hey, I thought you were mowing.
I'll get the groceries.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm all right, no problem. Yes. All in one trip.
Did you get the bags in the back seat?
Thought we were on a budget.
We are.
Get a lot without paying a lot.
Make every day taste better.
Michelangelo believed that a great work of art already existed inside an unchiseled rock, and that his gift enabled him to bring it out.
At Slippery Rock University, we believe that a great scientist, teacher, musician, business leader, or other professional already exists inside each student. Bring out the best in you with a rock-solid education from Slippery Rock University. Call 1-800-SRU-9111 or visit us on the web at sru.edu.
The KDK TV News Advantage. Live, accurate coverage. Breaking news and investigative reports from experienced anchors and reporters who know the area. The largest news team in town with more reporters, more photographers, and more live capabilities. You get the most complete coverage anywhere. Accurate coverage of live breaking stories is a KDK TV News Advantage you only get here.
We'll take a moment now to check our scores and say hello to each team's faculty coach. So Moon has 270 points at the moment. That's good for second place. Laura, please introduce us.
This is Ms. Donna Rosenbauer. She is the gifted coordinator here at Moon, and she's also a very gifted German teacher.
Isn't that nice? Thanks for being here, Coach. Keystone Oaks out in front with 310 points at the moment. Go ahead, Lauren.
This is Miss McSwiggan. She's been our academic club coach for about 3 years and the hometown high-Q coach. And she teaches C++ and physics at our high school.
C++?
Computer programming.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I was almost afraid to ask. I thought it might be really complicated. Indiana has 250 points. You're in good shape. Meg?
This is Mrs. Walton. She is a chemistry teacher at our school. She's actually subbing in for our normal academic teacher, Miss Duffy, who is at an extreme volleyball tournament this afternoon.
All right. Did she send along a note? I mean, can we excuse her? Is that okay? All right. I guess we'll accept it. Thanks for being here. Substitution. In this round, we mix things up ever so slightly. Before me here at the Quizmaster General Tower podium are 3 packets filled with questions on a variety of subjects. Each team gets to pick a packet for an opposing team. So, KO, which packet will it be for Moon?
2.
Number 2. All right, Moon. 8 questions for you now. These are worth 20 points apiece, and if you get them all right, we will give you a 25-point bonus. We call it our advantage round. Start you off with this. You might have a golden vacation at Silver Bay, on which largest of the Great Lakes?
Superior.
That's it. To assure that his march to the sea would not be countermanded by orders from Washington, General Sherman cut the wires on what communication system developed by Samuel Morse?
Morse code?
The telegraph is the answer we need there. While searching for the fabulously rich City of the Sun, Pizarro did find a city with roofs of gold in what Peruvian Indian Empire?
Mayan?
Inca, the Incan Empire. All right, on your screen, science question, series, transverse, parallel. If all the lights on a string of Christmas lights go out because a single bulb is removed from its socket, well, then the lights are wired in which of these ways?
Series?
Series is right. Because his children were still very young, what Macedonian conqueror, when on his deathbed in 323 BC, willed his empire not to them, but to the strongest? A guess won't hurt if you have one. Alexander the Great. He was a bold man who first ate an oyster, declared what British dean who included other pearls of wisdom in his satire, Gulliver's Travels?
Jonathan Swift.
That's it. On your screen now, math question. Take a look at this and solve for X. Need an answer?
6.
The answer is 10. 10 is the answer there. The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line. Those were the prophetic words of what African-American leader whose first 3 initials were W.E.B.
Dubois.
That's it, W.E.B. Du Bois. Good job. Moon Area High School, you're up to 350 points. Indiana, you're up to you now to select one of the remaining packets for Keystone Oaks.
Number 3.
Very craftily, they have selected number 3. 20 points apiece here. Keystone Oaks get them all right for a bonus. Today, Dartmouth College hosts a winter carnival, but in 1773, the ship Dartmouth hosted what quite different type of party in Boston Harbor?
Boston Tea Party.
That's it. In the title of the Catherine Drinker Bowen biography, Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes is called a Yankee from what Greek mountain that was home to the gods?
Mount Olympus.
Right. Anti-war protesters marched on Washington to protest the Vietnam War, but during the War of 1812, a group of dissidents met in what Connecticut capital to propose secession?
Hartford.
Hartford is right. On your screen, a science question, Charles' Law, Boyle's Law, Sheridan's Law. Which one of these does not refer to the behavior of a gas?
Sheridan's Law.
Sheridan's is right. After the Civil War, Northern adventurers who poured into the South were given what nickname that derived from their personal luggage?
Carpetbaggers.
You got it. Most kings inherit their jobs, but what Shakespearean character became king after he managed to murder Duncan?
Macbeth.
Right. On your screen, math question. Take a look at this. Solve for X.
X equals 2.
It does indeed. You've now gone 7 for 7. Get this one, you get the bonus. A debating team member might take as a model what Roman statesman whose orations against Catiline are still read by Latin students today?
Virgil.
The answer is Cicero. So no bonus, but 7 for 8 is a great round. Good job. Keystone Oaks up to 450 points. All right, Indiana, packet number 1 remains for you. See if you can go one better than KO and collect a bonus. Although the United States has had an attorney general since Washington's time, it wasn't until 1870 that Congress created what cabinet department that the attorney general now heads?
Department of Justice?
Yes. In 1964, Malcolm X fulfilled a religious obligation by visiting what holiest city of Islam toward which Muslims face when they pray?
Mecca.
Right. The 1912 presidential election had not only elephants and donkeys as symbols, but also what other animal, the symbol of Teddy Roosevelt?
Bull moose?
That's the one. On your screen now, a science question, peristalsis, plasmolysis, aspiration. Which of these terms describes the shrinkage of a plant cell away from its wall when in a hypertonic medium?
Plasmolysis?
That's the one, yes. If you want to beat the heat, you shouldn't travel to Quito, the capital of what South American nation located right on the equator?
Ecuador.
Ecuador is right. Charles Dickens wrote Bleak House, but even bleaker is The House of the Dead by what Russian who also wrote The Brothers Karamazov?
Dostoevsky.
Yes, on your screen, math question. Take a look at this. Perform the indicated operation.
$15x to the 5th.
Yes. So you've now gone 7 for 7. Get this one right, collect the bonus. Of the 4 public figures described in Lytton Strachey's book, Eminent Victorians, the only woman included is what Crimean War nurse? For the bonus?
Florence Nightingale.
Yes, Florence Nightingale is right. Good job, Indiana. 8 for 8. And collecting a complimentary 25 points from your friends here at Hometown Haiku. Good game going here. We've got one final round to go. We'll do it right after this on Hometown Haiku.
Giant Eagle Hometown Haiku. Giant Eagle. Make every day taste better.
Hey, I thought you were mowing.
I'll get the groceries.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm gonna no problem. Yes. All in one trip.
Did you get the bags in the back seat?
I thought we were on a budget.
We are.
Get a lot without paying a lot.
Make every day taste better.
Monday on KDK TV News at 5.
She was in desperate need of a transplant, and time was running out.
Basically, I was not prepared to make it.
That was nearly a year ago. So what happened? Dr. Paul shows you how this strange-looking device helped her get her life back.
Monday, how do you get a lazy contractor back to work?
I've got vodka.
Find out.
This guy likes his vodka. He also does a great robot dip.
On the King of Queens. Then, your boss lends you his beach house and you wreck it. What could be worse?
Hello? This is gonna get ugly.
Yes, dear. Next, the wedding's on, but what did Raymond do to the invitations?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And when your kid needs help with schoolwork, how far do you go?
Is that my project?
Still standing.
Don't touch it!
All new comedy, CBS Monday. Plus, catch an all-new Late Show.
The most experienced team of anchors and reporters. More up-to-the-minute breaking news. The most live news coverage on the ground and in the air. The most accurate local forecasting from AccuWeather and Storm Tracker. Thanks for making KDK TV our area's #1 news station.
Here we go, final round on Hometown Haiku. Here's how it looks. Moon Area High School has 350 points. Keystone Oaks out in front with 450, and Indiana breathing down there next. They're at 435. Questions in our final round are worth 20 points, and we sprinkle in some visual questions. Those are worth 30 points up or down. Thumbs on buzzers. Good luck, everybody. Our final round called Quick Time. Here we go. In most years, fewer than 15% of those who start complete the hike on what U.S. mountain trail that extends, Indiana?
Appalachian Trail.
That extends from Georgia to Maine. Appalachian Trail is right. America's buttons shone more brightly after 1802 when the Abel Porter Company first mass-produced buttons made from what alloy of copper and zinc? Keystone Oaks.
Brass.
Correct. The rights of prisoners of war have been spelled out in a series of agreements or conventions named for what city in Switzerland? Moon. Right. On your screen for 30 points, this is what American author who wrote such novels as Oh, Pioneers and Death Comes, Keystone?
Willa Cather.
And Death Comes for the Archbishop. Willa Cather's right. The highest price ever paid for a sports item on eBay was $1.2 million for a 1909 baseball card featuring what player whose first name, Keystone Oaks?
Honus Wagner.
Whose first name is Honus? Honus Wagner's right, not too many others. A triangle has an area of 100 square inches and an altitude of 10 inches. What is the length of its base? Indiana.
20.
That's right. An Indiana bookstore called Burroughs Books specializes in the works of what native son, whose novels include Cat's Cradle and Slaughterhouse-Five. Moon.
Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
Kurt Vonnegut is right. On your screen now for 30 points. Next, we see the colorful plaid tartan of the Scottish family whose descendants include what 15th president of the United States, Lincoln's immediate
Buchanan.
immediate predecessor. It is James Buchanan. Under a minute now, one of the first battles of the French and Indian War took place at what fort, now a national Keystone Oaks?
Necessity.
National Battlefield in Farmington. Fort Necessity is right. Choice now, how many neutrons are in an atom of an element with an atomic weight of 37 and an atomic number of 17? Is it Indiana? Is it 58, 31, or 20? The answer is 20. Joining other high school students in taking the SAT this year was what teenage girl, the world's Olympic figure skating champ? Indiana.
Sarah Hughes.
Right. On your screen for 30 points. This drawing depicts a gallery owned by what early U.S. photographer who gained recognition for his Civil War camera work? Moon.
Kathy Brady.
That's it. Seen one president, you've seen them all, said what German-born man who was in a position to know, having served as Secretary of State to Presidents Nixon and Ford? Indiana.
Henry Kissinger.
That's it, and that's the end of the game.
Giant Eagle Hometown Haiku is sponsored in part by Slippery Rock University. Bring out the best in you with a rock-solid education from Slippery Rock University.
And a good battle right to the end there. Let's take a look at how we finished up. Moon Area High School, a good score today, 420 points. Well done, Moon. In it right to the end, Indiana Area High School, very nice score, 525 points, a second place finish. Well done, Indiana. And very strong, 540, earning that final spot left in our playoffs. Keystone Oaks High School, we'll see you back here as our playoffs get underway. Audience, come on down, congratulate the teams. Thank you for watching the playoffs next week on Hometown IQ.
Stay tuned next weekend as teams from Ringgold, Baldwin, and Katanning High Schools battle